What we've seen from this ad campaign is that corporate members of the Minnesota Business Partnership and the Minnesota Chamber of Commerce are willing to spend $600,000 to avoid paying their fair share of taxes. The United for Jobs ad campaign isn't about protecting the middle class. It isn't about protecting Minnesota families. It's about self-interest disguised as accountability. It's amazing when it comes to funding stadiums, investing in preschool education, and improving transportation, Minnesota CEOs are pro-tax. But when it comes to paying more to help fund those budget initiatives, they suddenly cry foul.
These ads are false in their claims. These ads disguise the fact that very wealthy people have put up a great deal of money to protect themselves from paying their fair share of taxes, and they misstate the fact. They say taxes under the governor's proposal to raise income taxes on the wealthy will go up on small businesses and middle-class Minnesotans. Middle-class Minnesotans won't pay one dime more under the governor's income tax proposal, and 94% of small businesses will not be affected. So these claims are clearly false.